promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you. By the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bige. He said,
Thank you so much for joining me on this very program. I appreciate every one of you that have been able to connect to this program. Wherever you have connected from, if you are joining from Biafra land, my special thanks goes to you. If you are joining from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, from China, from Russia, whichever part of the world you are connected to this program, I appreciate you immensely and I thank you for joining. Please, as you have connected, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Biama, kindly share the program to any platform that you belong. Share the program. You know, that is the way we can be able to reach out to everybody. Share the program in any WhatsApp group you find yourself. Share it to family and friends. Share to our enemies. Remember, our radical evangelism is still on. It hasn't ended. We are still on the radical evangelism, and we have to pay attention on the situation of time. I welcome you all. You know that in this platform that you are watching today, all we do here is to encourage Biafran people and to defend the Biafran nation. This platform is a platform that supports the auto-piloted IPOB today, a platform that supports Biafra Republic government in exile. As you all know, we are no longer talking as an organization. Initially, when they call us members of IPOB, I tell you that every one of us that is from the old Southeastern region, we are members of IPOB. All of us are indigenous people of Biafra. But today, in the restoration stage that we are in, always have it at the back of your mind that today we are speaking as a government, no longer as an organization. Today, the struggle today is going on as a government. That is how we speak. We are not speaking as an organization anymore. And if you are still having that mindset of an organization, if you are still having that mindset of agitation, you better change that mindset. We are moving forward and we are moving very fast in a speed. So anybody that is watching us today, anybody you're watching for, have it at the back of your mind that today we are speaking as a government. The Biafra Republic government in exile under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is where we stand today, and we are making waves on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we stand. And my purpose here is to remind you the stage of things, that we are no longer speaking as an organization. We are confronting nations today as a government. And our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, whom every one of us have come together to appoint to lead us until we get to our destination. He needs our support, and we must continue to support him. And as you are watching me, he is doing a marvelous work in that position. He has been engaging governments. He has been holding series of meetings. He made a trip recently, which he posted online. Every one of us saw it. If you are attentive, you must have seen it, where he posted online about the trip he made on behalf of the Biafra. This is how he has been traveling and holding meetings upon meetings for the sake of our freedom. All he requires from us is what? Support. I am not going to take your time in this very broadcast. For a very long time, I have not been able to come live here. But going forward, I will be coming live here on daily basis by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama to talk to Biafran people and speak to them on the way forward and things that we need to do. Today, we need encouragement from everybody. Every Biafran needs to be encouraged. Do not get discouraged, and do not pay attention to blackmail and propaganda. These blackmailers will always be there. The propagandists will always be there. But I bet you, if you pay attention and you are focused, you will know the direction to go. That is why I always urge people on my broadcast that if you are not following Mazi Simon Ekpa on Twitter, try as much as possible to have a Twitter account and follow Mazi Simon Ekpa. Follow him and check on him in hours. You will see information coming on daily basis. You will not be left behind. You have not have any reason to doubt. But if you are one of those that are not paying attention, you are not pursuing things as it follows, let me tell you, you'll be confused. You'll be confused and will be discouraged. So as you have joined this very platform today, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama, do like the video. As you like the video, you share it on any group that you belong. Any Biafran group, any WhatsApp group you belong, share it. Share even to our enemies so that they can be able to hear us and hear us clear. What we do on daily basis today is continue to propagate the freedom, the message of Biafra to the whole world. They will never stop us no matter how they try. The social media is trying as much as they can to cage us and make sure that they limit the audience that we can be able to reach. But as long as you are sharing this very message, as long as you are liking, clicking like and sharing, they cannot stop us. So today, every one of us have seen the state that we are in. The restoration of Biafra is on a top gear. The enemy knows it very well that nothing will stop the restoration of Biafra. The enemy knows it very well that we are very close to getting Biafra. Even when some of us Biafrans do not know, there are certain things we don't know about ourselves, but our enemies know very well how far and how effective our demand for Biafra is. Biafra is here already. Much, much closer than you can ever imagine. The good thing for you as a Biafran today is to key in and begin to pursue that freedom the way it should be. When you see everything that is happening against the Biafrans today, it is because of the success that we are making. The challenges we are getting today, the attacks we are getting today, the dehumanization, and the massive loss of life you're seeing today, it is because they know that they have no other chance. This is the last battle that we are in. We are in the last days of the battle. And you, that is a Biafran, you must pay attention and be careful who you listen to. Be very, very careful where you are getting your information from. Be very, very careful the person that is beside you and talking to you. Be very careful, because you are going to be responsible for every single decision you take going forward. Whatever decision you take as a Biafran, you will be held responsible. You have nobody to blame. You wouldn't say because Mr. Okeke told you this or Mr. Okafor told you that was why you derailed. No. You are going to face the consequence of every single action you take going forward. Because Today, there is nobody, no Biafran that is online. I can be equally pardon those ones in Biafra land. There are people in Biafra land that are not getting the right information. But if you are online today, your duty is supposed to make sure that information goes across. You can't be online and you tell me that you don't know whom to follow, you don't know whom to listen to, you don't know what is going on. If you are one of those who is still on agitation, we have left you behind. We have left you behind. The state that the Biafra Republic government in exile is today is restoration. And that is why today we are speaking as a government and not an organization. I want this message to sink. We are speaking as a government, not an organization. For those of you who are still seeing this very struggle as an organization, you're still seeing us as people who are talking about, or no, we are not talking. That is why we have a prime minister, a recognized one. It is not just because we gave him that title, the prime minister. He has gotten recognition. He has won so many awards in this period. And he is engaging with countries, engaging with fellow ministers about the issue of Biafra. And let me tell you, the zoo is aware. That is why they are trying to unleash all manner of attack against Biafran people. That is where Biafran people have to pay attention. You must pay attention and be strong. Our Supreme Amazon Nandeka never promised us an easy ride. He told us it's not going to be easy. That the enemy we are up against, they have all the weapons, they have all the connection, they have everything at their disposal. But we have Chukwu, the gods of our land and our people on our side. And because of that, one with God is majority. We will surely win. Our Prime Minister also never promised us an easy ride. It is going to be difficult. But at the end of the day, victory is sure. Sure and sure. Victory is sure. No man born of a woman can stop our victory. We will be victorious. That is why every one of us must have to be in alert. Be at alert at all times. Today, when you see the economic jihad that is going on, we have warned about it. Our Prime Minister just made a statement, and when he said that wherever part of that zoo that you are in, make sure you return home in Biafra land. If you have any business, any investment, make sure you bring your assets back to Biafra land for you to be protected. If your assets is not in Biafra land, we cannot do much for you. If your assets is not in Biafra territory, we cannot do much for you. But as long as you are settled, our most concern now is to secure a land. That land called Biafra, a place that the oppressed people will run to and they will be safe. That is the utmost priority of the Biafra Republic government in exile today. To secure and save Biafra land. And it will be done at all cost. Every machinery that is needed will put in place to make sure that people in Biafra land are secure. Because the enemy we are up against, they will do everything to destroy us. They will do everything to undermine what we are doing. That is why you are seeing what you are seeing today. This economic jihad did not start today. It started a long time ago. They came with burning of markets. Every place where the Biafra people had businesses, they set it on fire. It has been happening again and again and again. So many places where we had business, they set it on fire. Nobody talked about it. The people who are supposed to represent it, that call themselves governors and senators and lawmakers, they never brought it up to ask question. Why are the markets catching fire? Why is it that markets are set on fire? And there has never been any place where markets are burned and they told us the reason why it's been done. It became clear the people who are responsible during the time of election. You saw the way businesses were set on fire simply because some people were making their own decision. We knew that would happen. We knew. That was why we prefer to stay away and secure our people. But some people felt that it was too heavy for them. Some people could not understand why our Prime Minister reminded us about the word of Mazen Nandekano, which Mazen Nandekano himself, when he was told us, there will be no election. But all of a sudden, some people choose a different path. Those of us who we are with Mazen Nandekano, those of us who were with our Prime Minister, we continue to mount pressure and say there will be no election. And we never participated. And I can tell you, millions of Biafrans did not participate in that election. But the few ones that went to participate in the election, they were the ones that put every one of us in problem. And today, look at where we are. With all the betrayal, they did not get the presidency, they did not get the vice presidency, they did not even get the senior president. They didn't get any position around that corner. And up till now, it is not yet clear to them that we are not wanted. You know, when we say it, people will think you make it up. But if you are a Biafran and today you are still expecting preaching for one to beg you to fight for your freedom, I'm sorry. We are not begging you. With or without you, we are going to get our freedom. And when Biafra comes, you are free to go and get your citizenship in the zoo. We are not going to stop you. Every human being has the right to make their choice where they want to live or where they want to belong. But you cannot choose for us or force us to remain in the zoo. Majority of Biafran people, about 99.9% of Biafran people want to live. They want to have their own nation. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you're planning. We are going home and we must go. If you feel that you still want to be part of the zoo, go ahead. Go ahead and be there. You can go there and get your citizenship, but you won't stop us from getting our freedom. The only thing that can give us dignity, the only thing that can protect our businesses, the only thing that can be able to give us respect is Biafra, nothing else. As long as we remain in the Zoological Republic, things will be much more difficult than you can ever imagine. Please, as you are joining this broadcast, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama, share this broadcast, click like and share. Click like and share so that other people can get notification and join us. This is the very first time I'm having a live program on this very platform. And going forward, I will continue to have a live program to here. So please kindly reach out to others, share the video, click like, share so that people can be able to join us. So my beloved brothers and sisters that is watching wherever you are watching from, the economic jihad that is happening because the enemy knows that we are going. They want to destroy as many things they can. They want to steal as much as they can steal from us. They want to do anything they can do. The only little thing they can lay their hand upon. They are just like the dying horse. That is why you see them doing what they are doing. And you that is a Biafran, you must protect yourself. You must defend yourself. They have come with the burning of markets secretly. That one rained and rained and rained. Nobody did anything about it. Including your protector, those who call themselves governors, they did nothing. Today, they have graduated to destruction of properties by themselves. The government is now coming open to destroy properties and markets where the Biafran people are trading. Everywhere you see them demolition today is targeted at the Biafran people, mainly the Igbo Biafrans. When the demolition happened in Lagos State, the target was the Biafran people. And it is easy to get at us because some of us are not paying attention. It is very easy. Remember, our eternal leader, Dim Odumegojuku, warned us about establishment outside the Biafra land. Our eternal leader almost cried when he saw trade fair, that the Biafran people vested their money on trade fair. Swamp, they turned it to a land. They use dollars to close swamp and make it a land. And today, where are they? Today, there is a threat on them to get out of that very state. There's a threat on their business. Many have even lost their life. Not just a threat. Many have lost their life. Businesses have been destroyed. Markets are set on fire. Properties are destroyed, bulldozed in broad daylight. When are we going to have that wisdom to return back home? When are we? It is very easy to target a Biafran. And this is why they are holding us captive, some of us. This is why they're holding some of us captive, because they know that we have a lot of things. We are people who prefer to keep our things abroad instead of putting it back home. And yet, we have an adage which says, Akurono, Amaronya Bataria. After having that adage which said Akurono, you know very well Akurono, and still yet, your major investment is outside your home. Are you not a fool? Are you not a fool? If you are a Biafran, you still have your head office in Lagos, in Abuja, in other places, and you don't have your head office in Biafra land. You have nothing. I am sorry, and we can't help you. If you are a Biafran today, you do not have your major investment in Biafra land, we cannot help you, because whatever happens, you have to face it. You'll be responsible for whatever happened to you. This warning has been coming from the time of Mazen Nandekano. He made it clear That if you think your 2-bedroom hotel that you are doing, you think that your bakery you have in the north will make us not to fight for Biafra, you are wasting your time. We cannot forgo our freedom because of somebody's personal interest. What matters to us today is the collective interest of the Biafran people, which is freedom. Freedom that will upgrade everybody to be operating on the same level. That will make everybody to have equal right and respect. Have right to everything you have to have right to. Have right to education, have right to road, have right to accommodation, have right to life. Equally. That is what we are pursuing. And you cannot get that in the zoological republic. The only place you can be able to be guaranteed of such kind of a life is in Biafra. That is why we are talking about Biafra. I have said it time and time again that our request for Biafra is not because of our resources. It is not because of the mineral resources found in our area. And I can tell you, every part of that contraption called Nigeria has mineral resources. The only thing they have are lazy leaders. But I bet you Biafrans are not lazy. And we are not even dependent on the minerals that are buried on the ground. Biafrans have services in their brain to render. The Biafran people have a lot of services in their brain to render. And I can bet you, the richest countries you have in the world today, all they render is services. They don't depend on the resources on the ground. They don't depend on their natural, even though they have it. The United States have enough mineral resources, but yet they render services to the world, and that is where they make their money. Japan, how many mineral resources does Japan have? But Japan render to the world services. The services that Japan render to the world is what is bringing them to the limelight. You can't compete with them in anything. Look at Singapore. The only thing Singapore has to offer is services, and they are doing wonderfully well. Why we are asking for a breakup from Nigeria is not because of mineral resources. It is not because of marginalization they are talking about. It is not because of marginalization. It is not out of envy, not out of jealousy, not out of hatred. It is because we want to have a right to our life. We want to survive. We want to be alive. It has now become a matter of life and death. The Biafran people has become endangered species in that country, more especially the Igbo Biafrans. The Igbo Biafrans, they have become an endangered species. And the only way we can guarantee our life is by getting out of the zoo. If anybody is preaching any message apart from that, he is deceiving you. And let me tell you, it is not enough to just say that you want to get out. You have to start doing something. That is why the Biafra Republic government in exile under our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing a great job moving stones to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality. Today, we have a de facto government in Biafra land, which is going to protect every part of Biafra land. Because we are no longer part of this madness that is going on. We can't be part of it anymore. The madness that is going on in the zoo is so much that no sensible person can tolerate it. No sensible person will accept that. It has become clear, it is not something new, that the people in Biafra land have no representation in the government of the zoo. There is no representation anywhere. It is not a propaganda. This is a reality that is staring at everybody's face. We don't have any representation in the states. We don't have any representation in the federal. Nobody. The governors are not there for you. They are not there for you. And they will never be there for you. The lawmakers are not there for you. And will never be there for you. Every other post you can think about, every politician in Biafra, starting from their local government chairman, starting from councillor up to the highest post in politics in Nigeria, every one of them is working for the caliphate. Every one of them is working to please the enemy. None of them is there to make your case for you, because if they are there, they should know that the only thing that their people are looking for is self-determination. And this very election that just passed should have been a wake-up call for every one of them. It should have been a wake-up call for everyone, but because of their personal and selfish interests individually, they pretend as if they didn't see anything. Even people who are not Nigerians, we are marveled what transpired during the election. The way they were treating people, the way mainly the Igbo Biafrans were treated for committing no crime, simply because they wanted to participate in the election. The London boy that volunteered himself and said he wanted to make a change, we knew, even though he has the capacity to do so, nobody is going to give him such chance. We knew it was a scam. Our Prime Minister says it again and again. It was a scam. He was lured into this to be able to drag Biafra into this very fraud that is happening today. And he succeeded. Today, here are we crying. Here is he complaining, going to court. In whose court? How do you think that the court of enemy will judge in your own favor? Only a madman thinks in such way. You don't get anything from the zoo by begging. You have to fight for it to get it. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekan, have explained all these things for us for a very long time. He has sounded it as a note of warning. He has shouted about it, he has cried about it, and told us the situation we are in and the solution on how to get out of it. But it is unfortunate that nobody pays attention. Every single governor you see in Biafra land are working for the caliphate, including your local government chairman. They are working for the caliphate. And that is why, after searching forward with our Prime Minister, giving them so many opportunities to have a change of heart, he gave them opportunities so many times, open doors for them to change their heart and turn a new leaf. They refuse. Instead, they deepen themselves more into wickedness. Instead, they deepen themselves more into betrayal. They have been betraying the Biafran people right, left, and center, and they never represent the Biafran people. And that is why the Biafran people had enough, and they conducted the vote of no confidence on politicians in Nigeria. Every single politician, they are there on their own, just as they have always been. The Biafrans have made it open that they are there on their own. They are not working for us. We have the de facto government of Biafra in homeland to take care of affairs of Biafran people. Every single governor, in a short while, they are going to leave the land of Biafra for us and run away. That is the only way they can be saved. They will escape from Biafra land very soon. Every one of them that call him or herself a politician. The time is coming. The clock is ticking. They are going to leave the land for us because we must defend and protect our land. And just as our Supreme Lamazina said, no inch of Biafra land will be given out to anybody, regardless who you are. No matter whom you are. We cannot leave any inch of our land to you. And when we say that these governors are not there for us, whenever anybody has a political appointment, you should have it at the back of your mind that this person is planted by the zoo. And he has only come to do the bidding of the master who put him in that position. When we say it, people don't believe. Look at Enugu State. Enugu State governor that just came in. Among everything that he was supposed to talk about, among everything he's supposed to handle, he first of all hit a target, attack on Biafran people. Every one of them is using Biafran people as a soft target. When they want to showcase their muscle, when they want to show themselves, they start with Biafran people. That is exactly what Soludo did. And today, you have seen his condition. And today, Enugu State Governor is trying to do the same thing, telling us that sit at home has ended. It is him, he himself, that has already ended. He himself has already ended because, by the way, he's an illegitimate governor. Nobody voted him in. Nobody gave him any vote anywhere. An illegitimate governor coming to stop sit at home. Sit at home that was meant to release our Supreme Namazen Nandekan. The Biafran people within themselves put it together in solidarity for Mazen Nandekan to ask for his release. You know why it was placed. You know very well why sit at home is happening in Biafra land. And yet, instead of you addressing the problem, you are going ahead to attack the Biafran people, saying they are going to use all your machinery to stop sit at home. Go and ask Soludo. Soludo used all his machineries. And today, Anambra State have become ungovernable for him. Dave Umahi tried. Did he succeed? He never succeeded. Hope Uzodinma up to today is trying. He couldn't succeed. Then you have come to showcase your own muscle. The new Pharaoh. That will be your doom. Your government have already ended. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. Your government has already ended in any state. And just as our Prime Minister has said, on Monday tomorrow, come out. On Monday tomorrow, bring out your own children. Come to the market and open places. Or go and force people out. Then, the Biafrans will tell you what they are made of. Every Biafran that is watching, share this information and let it get across to everybody. Tomorrow is a total lockdown in Biafra land. Every Monday, it remains a lockdown until we hear that Mazen Nandekan is out. That is the only, any day you hear that Mazen Nandekan is free, automatically sit at home ends. And anybody that is genuinely and sincerely wants to end the sit at home, you should go and begin to fight and struggle. If you know how to release Mazen Nandekan, if you can fight, fight. If you can cry, cry. Whatever you will do to free Mazen Nandekan, just go ahead and start doing it now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Not until then, sit at home remains. As long as Mazen Nandekan remains here. So any day somebody is telling you that sit at home had been cancelled, ask him, is Mazen Nandekan out? That is the question. Any day you wake up on Monday and they tell you that there's no sit at home today, sit at home have been cancelled, ask that person that is telling you that thing, is Mazen Nandekan out? Any day you hear that Mazen Nandekan is out, then go about your businesses on Monday. But as long as Mazen Nandekan remains in the territory of the enemy, if you dare come out on Monday, you're on your own. Whatever happens to you, you will be responsible for it. And Chukwu Okuka Abiyama will not even have mercy on you. The gods of the land will not spare you. Because we are talking about the life of a human being. The life of Mazen Nandekan matters. Mazen Nandekan have sacrificed everything sacrificable. He has given his parents. He has given his career. He has submitted his own life. He left his children and wife. Today, he's in solitary confinement on daily basis, sitting at home every day, every minute. And all the solidarity he needs from you is only once every week. Only Monday. You cannot handle it. You are complaining. Keep on complaining. Keep on complaining. Any move you make to stop it, you're on your own. You will pay dearly. Any move you make to stop the sit at home on Monday, you will pay with your life. It is not a threat. Because whatever we bound here is bound in heaven. Whatever we lose is lost in heaven. The Biafran people have gathered together in one mind and bind Monday as a day reserved for Mazen Nandekan until he's freed. If you go contrary to that, the gods of the land will strike you dead. It doesn't matter whom you are. If you go contrary to that, the gods of the land will come after you. Anything you put your hand can never succeed. Be you a governor, be you a president, be you whatever title you give to yourself, you will never succeed. We have come to a stage where every one of us have to be focused and know what we are doing. The pursuit of Biafra today is not like yesterday. Biafra restoration is where we are. Restoration of Biafra is where we are. It is no longer in agitation. That is why I advise people that watch my program, don't pay attention to people who are still agitating. Those who are agitating, those are the people you go to their platform. They are still talking about Master Simon Ekpa. They are still castigating. They are still antagonizing their own fellow brothers. They are still blackmailing. These are people that have been left behind long time ago. These are people who are still talking as an organization. We have crossed that stage. The stage we are now, we are speaking as a government, and government talk to government. That is where our focus is. We are no longer focusing on individuals and on senseless organizations and individuals who doesn't have anything to offer. We are moving ahead. And that is why our Prime Minister is making waves every day. That is why our Prime Minister is winning award upon award every day. That is why our Prime Minister is making a headway. The Biafran Republic government in exile is excelling in every aspect. They are excelling in every aspect. If you don't know what is going on, just pay attention. Follow Mazi Simon on his Twitter. Maybe you begin to understand how far we have gone. Maybe you begin to understand. Gone are the days when Mazi Simon is being addressed as self-acclaimed. Gone are the days when you just talk and you walk away. Today, the whole world is paying attention to what the Biafran people are saying. Today, the whole world is paying attention to what the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government is saying. Whatever statement he makes is taken to order. Whatever thing he says is taken into consideration. Our Prime Minister is having daily engagement with the governments of the world. He's receiving invitation from right, left, and center. Today, he's on an engagement. You saw him post it. There are so many other things that he put in line that has not been brought to the open, which are going to be revealed very soon. Every instrument we need to make Biafra a reality in 2023 have been activated, and more is coming. More is coming. And I bet you, our Supreme Amazon Nandekan, it is the progress that we are making today that is keeping him alive. The progress that the Biafran Republic government in exile is making is giving Mazen Nandekan courage and strength, giving him more life. He is very happy for what is happening. Every single thing that our Prime Minister is doing, Mazen Nandekan is aware. These are the things he was supposed to do all this while. But the criminals who stands as a hindrance, they cannot go in and they cannot come out. Who pose as a blockage, they surround Mazen Nandekan. Mazen Nandekan have been alone for a decade, fighting alone. That was why when he became so much, he began to cry for just 100 men. And you ask me, those who are claiming to be his right-hand man and left-hand man and second in command, where were they when he was looking for 100 men? Where were they? But Chukwuokukabema heard his cry, and Chukwuokukabema gave Mazen Nandekan more than 100 men. And when they saw it, they became afraid. They ran and they kidnapped him. They thought that after kidnapping him, that would be the end of the story. But after the kidnapping was Mazen Nandekan, the Biafran restoration took a speed. It took a speed, and he remains on that high speed till today. Nothing can slow you down. We are focused. Our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic is Mazi Simon Ekpa, very, very focused, absolutely focused. That is why I love him. Your blackmail and your propaganda doesn't shake him. He is not even seeing you. He doesn't even see you. And the more you are sending your blackmail and propaganda, you are actually campaigning for him indirectly. The more you castigate him, you are campaigning for him, and you are shooting him to the greatest height. And he will continue to make wave. It doesn't matter whether you agree with him or you don't agree with him. It doesn't matter whether you support him or you don't support him. It doesn't change anything. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile, have made it clear that instead of him not to do his job to fight and get Biafra, he will turn a beast. If that is what it will tell him. If it will take him to turn a beast, he turned to a beast to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality. He went ahead to say that if it will warrant him to shake with the devil, to have a handshake with the devil, to make sure that Biafra is actualized, he is good to go. That is the language of a confidence man, a man that knows what he's doing. Mazen Nandekan himself have said it. Anything you can do to get me Biafra, go ahead and get it. All I need is Biafra. I don't care how it comes. I don't care who gets it. And that is the spirit. Then you see some other group of side who are saying that if Biafra is going to come from so a person, let it not come. And yet you are listening to them. That if Biafra will come from so person, let it not come. And you are still listening to such an idiot. It's just like the two women who were brought before the King Solomon in the story that we read in the Bible. one of the women whom the child died, and the other one, his child was alive, and she went and switched it. And when they came before the law court, the other woman was wishing to tear a living child into two to share, when she already know that when you divide that child, the child will be dead. And the mother was sharing tears and saying, no, instead of you to divide this child, give it to her, let her train the child and let the child grow. That is the spirit of an owner. In the same vein today, somebody is still saying the same thing. That instead of Biafra to come through Master Simon Ekpa, let it not come. Some say they will scatter everything. But Master Simon Ekpa said, if you can be able to get that Biafra and get it before me, bring it, we will join you in Biafra land. Allow me to fight for Biafra. If I get it, we meet in Biafra land. Biafra is going to have a law court. The court of Biafra will decide who is on the right path or who is on the wrong side. Regardless who you are, any place we have fallen short, the court of Biafra will decide. That is the spirit of a patriotic and sincere man. He is not forcing you to be behind him. He's not forcing you to join him. If you know you have a superior argument, why don't you pursue your superior argument and get us Biafra? But if your superior argument is to dehumanize your own brother, to distract you, to continue to talk about somebody who is busy making exploit, if that is your own argument, you have no argument then. It means you have no argument. If your argument is based just on castigating somebody who is busy, very busy doing something, you have no argument. But if you have a superior argument, let me tell you, it is not compulsory that you must work along with Master Simon Ekpa. We need Biafra. Why don't you create your own channel and begin to fight for Biafra to get it? Ignore Master Simon Ekpa, pretend that he doesn't exist. Let those of us who are working with him continue to work with him. Try to mobilize your own people. When people see that you are doing something, when people see the effectiveness of your job, of course, Biafrans will follow you. That is how Biafrans operate. Biafrans don't follow sheepishly. That is one thing. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekan, in one of his broadcasts, he's made it clear that before you can convince a Biafran man to commit $1 to a project that you have, you know that you have done a good job. Biafrans don't just follow sheepishly. You must convince them. You must convince Biafran for them to begin to commit $1 to your project and support it. Do you know how many years it took Mazen Nandekan to win the heart of the Biafran people? Mazen Nandekan did not win the heart of Biafran people through command and control. It was through effective work and sincerity. That was how he won the mind of Biafra. And today, Biafrans are ready to stick their life out for Mazen Nandekan. Biafrans, far and wide, they are ready to stick out their life for Mazen Nandekan because of sincerity. And today, our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Ezra, Master Simon Ekpa, is doing the same part. While some people are busy commanding and controlling, while some people are busy blackmailing and sending propagandas, Master Simon Ekpa was busy working for the Biafran people and winning their heart. He was busy working for Biafran people and winning their heart, following them, understanding their plight, listening to them, having a listening ear, not commanding and controlling, dialoguing with the Biafran people. And today, just imagine, with all the propaganda and blackmail, Master Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, called for fundraising and Biafrans are coming out. And I bet you, in few days, you are going to see billionaires marching into the struggle. Master Simon Ekpa have thrown it open. We know there are some people who are scared because of the devilish country that we are dealing with, because of the criminal government that we are dealing with, heartless pharaohs we are dealing with. Some people who want to contribute are scared, they are afraid. But our Prime Minister have given that assurance. If you want to be committed involve yourself in the liberation of Biafran people financially, if you want to involve and you don't want yourself to be known, all you need to do is to get a contact the Biafran government in exile. Your case is closed and sealed. Your privacy will be maintained. What matters to us is how to get freedom. The Israelites funded their own. The Jews funded their own independence and they got their nation. They funded it by themselves. Even within that time, there were still some Jews themselves that were working against them, just as they are doing in this our own now. Just the same thing we are facing in this Biafra struggle. The Jews faced the same situation when they were fighting for their own independence. While some people were busy galvanizing themselves, raising funds, some people were somewhere else, concocting all manner of evil, making all manner of plan against a project that concerns themselves. That is how evil the heart of man is. Anything that you see happen in this struggle today, it didn't start with the Biafrans. It has happened in the past, and it will continue to happen. That is why you must not lose focus. You must not lose focus. It is about you. It is about me. And always have it at the back of your mind that for every decision you take, you must be responsible for it. Always remember that. You will be held responsible for every single decision you make. That is why you must be careful before you join the blackmailers. You must be careful before you begin to preach propaganda. You must be careful before you utter a word. Be sure that you know what you're talking about. Even as I'm speaking to you, do not just carry what I'm telling to you because I'm saying it. Verify. There are so many ways to verify every single information we're saying today. They are all online. I thank Chukwu for our Prime Minister. That is why I love him so much. Our Prime Minister, I love him so much that he is not just doing things on the ground. That is why things are easy for those of us who are working with the Biafran government in exile. Those of us who are speaking on behalf of Biafran government in exile. It is very easy for us to say a word because when we tell you a word, you go to the platform of our Prime Minister, you have evidence. There are places to verify, there are ways to verify what we are saying, if it is true or a lie. And we are very, very proud to work with him. Chukwu Okeke will never leave us. Chukwu Okeke will never leave us, and we will never fail. Every Biafra have to sit up and stand up. Continue to do that which you're supposed to do. The restoration of Biafra is on the shoulders of every Biafra people. Forget about propaganda and blackmail. Every single word we say at every given time is verifiable. Verifiable. It's just like our head office in the United States that is giving the enemy sleepless nights. Our head office in the United States that is giving the fallen years a sleepless night. This is something that is verifiable. You have gone to verify. The address is there. You have gone to verify. The people are accommodating there. You have gone to verify, and you saw everything. And still yet, you still don't have that shame. You still don't have that shame. You're still coming out to castigate. And that is why I say you can't shame the shameless. There's no way you can shame the shameless. That's why sometimes when you see them talking, there's no point mentioning their name or talking about them. You ignore them and move on. Very soon, the Biafra Republic Government in Exile office, headquarters in the United States, will be opened. Everything is getting set. When the office be opened and inaugurated, then and then, let me see the next topic they're going to bring, or how they're going to talk, how they're going to cover themselves with shame. But just as I said before, you cannot shame the shameless. Because if this group of people that are still doubting and castigating and calling names to Master Samuel, if they have some atom of shame, they should have covered themselves, they should have disappeared by now. They should have disappeared. But because of their desperation, because of their hatred and wickedness, they are blindfolded that they can't be able to differentiate between good and evil anymore. And that is the danger of being fraudulent. When you continue to dwell in evil, there is a stage you get to that you're evil. You can't be able to go back again. You can't be able to go back. You are busy castigating a man that has no stain in him. For the past 2 years, every manner of attack has been launched against him. Every manner of blackmail has been launched against him. Up to this minute as I'm speaking, nobody can be able to bring out an evidence that says that he stole from him or her. Nobody. Even when people you thought that they have all the informations, people that you thought that they have all information, all connections, they came against him and they failed. They came against him and they failed. Go and check everybody that he focused on and talk about you. Everybody that our Prime Minister unleashes on him will never remain the same. Is that not a big lesson for you? Is that not enough lesson for you? Anybody he talks, anybody he descends on can never ever remain the same. So many of them have disappeared completely. You can't see them anymore. So many have disappeared. Those who are still pretending to come out remain irrelevant. It is not because he is Simon Epa. It is because he is the chosen one. It is because he is faithful. It is because he is straightforward. Some of the things he has said on his live program are things that no ordinary person can be able to say. In several occasions, our Prime Minister has taken an oath before the whole Biafrans that if he has any other mission apart from restoration of Biafra, if he's not genuine or he's doing something at the back against Biafra, that whatever plan any human being is planning for him on the planet Earth should come against him. Whatever you plan against him should come against him and his generation. He said that before the whole world. He took that oath. But if he is genuine, pursuing the cause of Biafra, and you are castigating him, every single thing that you plan against him will come against you and your generation. And look at all those people. Look at them. How are they faring today? Everyone that have come against him, how are they faring? Even when you see them talking, you see the restlessness in them. When you see their appearance, you see the restlessness in them. They don't have a life again. If you want to know how they are surviving, go and check their videos they were doing before this very incident. Go and check the videos they made before they fallen from glory. But since they fell from glory, their appearance completely have changed. Their countenance have changed completely. And yet, people don't learn their lesson. But of course, you are going to learn in the hard way. If you don't want to learn a lesson, you are going to learn that lesson in a hard way. And in a short while, I bet you something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. Something that you cannot be able to stop. The restoration of Biafra is going to happen this year in 2023. That benchmark that we have placed, Chukwu Okikabema signed it, and we will continue to pursue it. We don't just pray and sit back. We don't talk and sit back. That is why our Prime Minister is working 24/7, always on the move. And I know very, very soon, victory is going to be ours. I appreciate everybody that is watching. Please, if you have not shared this program, kindly share this program. Share it to any WhatsApp group you belong. Share this program to any platform you belong, even to our enemy. Share it to them. More especially, they sit at home tomorrow. Ring it at the bell of your loved ones. If you're in Biafra land, ring it in the bell of your neighbors. Tell everybody, the sit at home remains. It continues. Nothing can stop the sit at home except the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If anybody tells you that sit at home have stopped, ask that person, has Mazen Nnamdi Kanu been released? If the answer is yes, sit at home have ended. If the answer is no, sit at home remains. For as long as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu remains inside, we will continue to sit at home. No man born of a woman can stop it. And if you're there, if you call the spirit for a dance, prepare for the warriors when they come out. The governor of Enugu State has called for war, and he's going to face it. We are waiting for him tomorrow to come and enforce, as he has said. He uses every power at his disposal to enforce. We are waiting to see tomorrow. We are waiting for tomorrow as he wants to open the gate of hell in Enugu State. We are waiting. We cannot run away from our own land. Biafra must be restored. Whether they like it or not, it will be restored. And I thank Chukwu Okikabema for the progress so far. From Biafra Republic government in exile and the de facto government of Biafra in homeland. We are going home. And no man born of a woman can stop our going. May Chukwu Okikabema continue to guide and protect every one of you that have been patient to be with me on this very program. Any place you are watching from, if you watch from Biafra land, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, China, Russia, any place you have connected from, I say may Chukwu Okikabema continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. I appreciate every one of you. May Chukwu come and guide and protect all our media warriors. Guide and protect all the Umuada. Guide and protect all the members of ESN, the Liberation Army, the BNL, and their leader. May Chukwu come and guide and protect everyone that is genuinely fighting for the cause of the Biafra. We shall overcome. May Chukwu come and guide and protect our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, wherever he is. May Chukwu come and guide and protect him in all his journeys. Grant him journey mercy and bring him back safely. May Chukwu come and continue to give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding wherever he is. I appreciate every one of you, and we commit Mazen Nandekano in the hand of Chukwu Kabema for divine grace, for divine favor, for divine protection, wherever Mazen Nandekano is, for divine healing. No evil shall befall him. Very soon, Mazen Nandekano will join us. No weapon formed or fashioned against the Biafran people shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remain blessed. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiyama, same time. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.